Now let's see the second division of ventilation, that is the alveolar ventilation. What is pulmonary ventilation? Pulmonary ventilation is the total volume of air that is going into the respiratory tract, the whole of respiratory tract in 1 minute. Okay, so what would be alveolar ventilation? Alveolar ventilation is the volume of air, obviously, which is going into the alveoli and which is utilized for gas exchange. Okay, this point has to be very highlighted. That is the volume of air that is utilized for gas exchange per 1 minute. Okay, you might be wondering, all the amount of air is obviously is getting exchanged into the blood, and what is the need of highlighting this point? It is not that, because suppose we are taking 500 ml, which is the normal tidal volume. Okay, 500 ml of air into the lungs at a time during one respiration. Okay, out of this 500 ml, the whole of the 500 ml will not be utilized for gas exchange. Okay, some of the air will be trapped within the respiratory tract itself. Okay, it can be in the alveoli or at any point of the respiratory tract. Respiratory tract starts from the trachea, right from the nostril, then to trachea, then to bronchi, bronchioles, right? It can be trapped at any point of this respiratory tract, or it can be trapped inside the alveoli itself. Okay, so such amount of air will not be utilized for gas exchange. So that particular volume we have to decrease, we have to subtract from the total volume, then we will get the alveolar ventilation. Okay, so it is understood that the alveolar ventilation is the total volume of air which is utilized for gaseous exchange. Okay, so 500 ml is usually taken during one respiration, but some amount of air which is not exchanged. Okay, and that volume or that particular space which is not taking part in gas exchange is known as dead space. Okay, let me make it clear to you. Alveolar ventilation is tidal, it is very much similar to pulmonary ventilation, but what is the difference here? Pulmonary ventilation calculates the whole of the air. Alveolar ventilation calculates the only that amount of air which is utilized for gas exchange. So the calculation comes like this. It is tidal volume minus dead space. Dead space means that region of respiratory tract which does not take part in gas exchange. Okay, the respiratory tract have different region including the alveoli, right? All these region, some of the region may not take part in gas exchange. Okay, and the volume of air trapped in that particular region is known as the dead space volume. Okay, so we have to subtract the unwanted, that is the non-exchanged gas from the total volume of air. That means tidal volume minus dead space volume. Okay, it is in terms of volume, it is not space, it is volume. Dead space volume into respiratory rate. That means we are calculating this per 1 minute, right? So we'll multiply it with respiratory rate. Okay, so tidal volume is the normal amount of air that is being inhaled or exhaled. Okay, it can be in a normal adult, it can be 500 ml, and dead space volume will be normally it is 150 ml. Okay, if a person is having some minor respiratory defects, in such a condition we can see the dead space volume is 150 ml, dead space volume. Okay, into respiratory rate, that is 12 per minute. Okay, what does this mean? out of the 500 ml, that is out of the total volume of air that is coming into the respiratory tract, 150 ml is not utilized for gas exchange. Okay, this particular volume is trapped in the respiratory tract itself, though, so they are not subjected to any exchange process. Okay, this particular amount will not diffuse into the blood, that means not subjected to exchange. Okay, so we'll subtract this value from the total volume of air that is coming into the lungs, and we are calculating this per 1 minute. So it will become 4200 ml, or it is 4.2 liters per minute. Okay, so we have seen the pulmonary ventilation is 6 liters per minute. 6000 ml, that means 6 liters per minute is the pulmonary ventilation, right? That means the total amount of air that is coming into the respiratory tract, including the lungs, is 6000 ml or 6 liter per 1 minute. Okay, and the alveolar ventilation is 4.2 liter per minute. Okay, which is utilized for gas exchange. From this, what we can understand, out of the 6 liters of air that is coming into the respiratory tract per minute, only 4.2 liters of air is utilized for gas exchange. That means it is diffused into the blood. Okay, the rest of the amount will be trapped in somewhere in the respiratory tract itself. Okay, that is known as the dead space volume. I hope this is clear to you. Now we'll see, I've already told about the dead space, right? Now we'll discuss in detail what is dead space. Okay. Dead space is the region of respiratory tract which does not take part in gas exchange. Okay, so the dead space are of two categories. First one is the anatomical dead space and second one is the physiological dead space. First one is anatomical dead space. Second one is physiological. Okay, so I'll just draw the whole of respiratory tract here and we'll identify which is the anatomical dead space and which is the physiological dead space. Okay, so here it is, this is the trachea dividing into primary bronchiole where it enters the lungs. Okay, so the primary bronchiole divides into secondary bronchiole divides into tertiary bronchiole divides into, sorry, it is bronchi, okay, primary bronchi, secondary bronchi and tertiary bronchi. Bronchi divides into bronchioles, then comes the final respiratory bronchiole. Respiratory bronchiole continues or divides as the alveolar ducts, and at the end point we can see the alveoli, minute air sacs known as the alveoli. Okay, now we have drawn the total of the respiratory tract here, from which we can identify which is the anatomical dead space. Okay, the anatomical dead space which include all the conducting zone. Okay, we know that the conducting zone is just having the property of only conduction. Okay, it provides a passage for the air, does not take part in any gas exchange. So the conducting zone of respiratory tract is obviously a dead space which is known as anatomical dead space. Okay, so from this we can say this is a tracheobronchial tree. Okay, from this we can say that the trachea is one anatomical dead space, right? The bronchi, the primary, secondary, tertiary bronchi, these are all these are all dead space, okay, which is a conducting zone. It is known as anatomical dead space. And the bronchiole, some bronchioles also does not take part in gas exchange. Only the respiratory bronchiole is having gas exchange property. Okay, so the majority of the bronchioles will be just providing the conduction. So the bronchioles also, this is bronchiole, this is bronchi, this is trachea. So all these portion comes in anatomical dead space. Okay, the part of conducting zone which does not take part in gas exchange is known as anatomical dead space. I hope this is clear to you. Second one is physiological dead space. Okay, so we have just seen trachea, bronchi and bronchiole, and what is the balance? What is the rest of the portion? The alveoli ducts and alveoli, right? So we have just seen some of the air can be trapped within the alveoli. That means the dead space can also be seen in alveoli. Okay, all the air that goes into the alveoli may not utilize for gas exchange. Some amount will be trapped within the alveoli itself. Okay, so the physiological dead space is that region of respiratory zone which is not utilized for gas exchange. Okay, respiratory zone, which are the respiratory zone structures? Respiratory bronchiole, alveolar ducts and alveoli. Okay, in respiratory zone structure itself, there can be some spaces which are non-functional, which does not take place in gas exchange. Okay, suppose we are taking the example of alveoli. Alveoli, all the alveoli may not work properly. Okay, some alveoli, suppose in some alveoli the epithelial membrane, the alveolar epithelial membrane will be too thickened. Okay, too thick. So the air will be having little difficulty diffusing through the thick membrane. Okay, so some alveoli can be non-functional because of the thickness of alveolar membrane. Okay, and some alveoli will not function if there is any damage in the alveoli. Okay, alveolar damage. And some alveoli cannot function if it is having poor circulation. Okay, only if the alveoli is provided with enormous number of blood capillaries around it, the air can be properly diffused from the alveoli into the blood, in the blood vessel, right? So if the alveoli is not having an adequate amount of blood circulation into it, what happens? Even if the air can enter the alveoli, even if the air can cross it, it does not diffuse into the blood in the alveoli. Okay, so alveoli does not have any problem, but if it is having poor circulation, what can it do? The exchange will not take place. Okay, because of poor circulation also, some alveoli can be non-functional. Okay, so in respiratory zone itself, some parts of the respiratory zone, particularly alveoli, may not be functional, so they cannot take part in gas exchange. So such a part comes in dead space, right? So let me make this very clear. The physiological dead space is taking into reference the whole of the respiratory tract, okay, including the conducting zone and including the dead space in the respiratory zone. Okay, so by definition, physiological dead space is anatomical dead space plus additional volume plus some additional volume in the respiratory zone. Okay, anatomical dead space is the region which include only the conducting zone. But what is the physiological dead space? Physiological dead space take into reference the whole of the respiratory tract, the region which does not take part in gaseous exchange in whole of the respiratory tract. Okay, that means anatomical dead space plus additional volume in the alveoli, in the respiratory zone. Okay, so physiological dead space include trachea, bronchi, bronchioles, and this one, non-functional alveoli. Okay, the functional property of alveoli can be lost by means of its cellular arrangement. That means if it is having thick cell membrane, if it is having thick alveolar membrane, the exchange will be difficult. If it is having poor circulation, the exchange will be difficult. Okay, in such cases the alveoli can be non-functional. Okay, so I think this is clear to you. Anatomical dead space only the portions in the conducting zone, and physiological dead space starting from the trachea till the alveoli, which are the portions that does not take part in gas exchange. Okay,